morning. Another trading day. Good morning, viewer one. Good morning, good morning. Trying to see if I can turn the sound off of the I don't know if it's coming through on the chat, but when you place trades and like move stuff on MT4, makes that loud noise. I don't need it. I've never tried to turn it off before. Alright, so simple idea for the viewer that just came on. I've been talking a lot about tweezers. I like these two top wicks. I'd like them a little closer together, but it's good enough for me. My objective is definitely not to stay at the chart for a long time. If I get a nice 5-minute pair of tweezers, we'll jump on. I'm trying not to watch the trade, but I'm human. It's fun to watch. Let's see how this closes. Oh. No, I don't think that's what it is. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm gonna ChatGPT it. How do I turn the sound off on MT4? Disable all sounds. Tools menu. Oh, it is events. I was in the right spot. Get the frick out. I just don't need it, you know. I can see when it's on. I don't need that big. You heard that sound? Every time you move something or place a trade. Don't need it. And then I think you need to save. You need to save the setup. Default. Profiles. I never know which one I have to save, so I just save them all. Defaults. Alright, so just like yesterday, we're in a winning trade. And then yesterday, I don't know who's on the stream right now, but yesterday it just barely didn't kiss our 1-to-1. And it ripped back for a break even. You know what? I don't feel like experiencing a loss this morning. I don't normally manage the trade. Like, I'm not a break even guy, but I just don't feel like experiencing a loss. And we're coming up to this area, and I this is not normally how I trade, man. Because when you do the back testing, I'm not moving stops. So the back testing is factual. So if this sucker, you know, if I go full screen, if this sucker wants to do this, just comes up, kind of retests the anchored VWAP and comes back down and wins, I just screwed myself by going break even, right? I don't know what the right answer is. So then I thought, well, then it's just simple, just leave it, set and forget. And if I'm not watching the trade, I shouldn't even be here to manage it. But you know, it is what it is. I've decided to go break even. But if this hits my break even and it becomes a winner, it'll probably remind me that I'm a set and forget trader. Although yesterday, it did save a loss. Yeah, it saved a loss from... Would have been a loser yesterday. But here's what I want to know. Where did I put my stop before? Dude, same thing, man. It's just barely not hitting our... I just don't know if my original stop was up here or here. It should have been here, but I'm not sure. But look at that. It just about took us out for break even. And so, yeah, you're protecting from a loser, but you might ruin a winner. And we'll see what happens here. There's a very good chance that could take me out for break even. I've had a massive list of back testing I want to get done, but personal life has been insane right now. So work, like day job work, personal life, it's all been just freaking bananas. So yeah, eventually there was times in my life where I put in some gnarly amount of back testing hours, and I really want to get back there. And then I can, you know what though, testing for break even is a little tough because it's hard to, well, like with a tool like FX Replay, you can't really track results. Like you can't really quantify if you should have gone to break even. You need to use an Excel sheet on the side. And on the 5-minute candle, you can't actually fully confirm on all the plays that break even was, like it's hard to see. You can't see what happened in between the 5-minute body. Anyways. There is ways to quantify it. I've done it in the past, and I have done some testing that showed me that break even was just not a fool's game. But as far as the results at the end of each month, it did not help you. But I should redo some testing. You know, okay, what you could do, if you did FX Replay. Yo, are you the one guy who's been on? Little investor. I'm starting to recognize these names. Yeah, nice little win, eh, bro? I don't know if you were the guy who jumped on the whole time, but yeah, I just took this 5-minute tweezer setup, man. It was beauty. Could you relay back what year? Yes, sir. Okay. Are you familiar with the tweezers? Tweezers are so simple. That's what we just took. Worked out really nice. And it almost got taken out. Oh, you just arrived. Then who's the other guy? There's been some single viewer on most of the time. Huh. Okay. Well then, yeah. So anyways, that's what we just took. Okay, bro. Let's simplify this. Let's take off all the noise. Should have taken it. Oh, dude, it's all good, bro. Like, I am slightly fearful of people following me and then losing money, but yeah, it's very simple, right? Like, there's a lot of momentum right off the open, and 2 tweezers is the very short-term uptrend. It's uptrend, yeah, it is. So it's a counter trend. But then you could look at, this is where market structure gets so tricky. Like, this is downtrend. This is uptrend. This, ready? This is uptrend. Like, it becomes so tricky, bro. Which trend are we looking at for? I don't need, you know what I was looking at? Yeah, no, we're good. If this created a tweezer, I'm not supposed to take 2 trades, but if this created a tweezer like this, like, and this, like, see, these tweezers, they weren't touching, but I still took it. If these ones are really close and they're sitting at yesterday's previous, this is yesterday's daily low. This is a big level. See, daily chart right here, sitting at yesterday's low. Anyways, sorry I avoided your question. Here we go. Opening range breakout. Oh, dude. Where'd my indicator go? Oh, what? That's weird. I had 2 tabs open. Let's clean up all this crap here. Okay, I just want to show you the opening range breakout. Here we go. Unfortunately, I can't get rid of these lines. This is yesterday's OR. Okay, but this is the opening range break. So actually, you would have took it right now. So this is yesterday. This is today's 5-minute opening range right here. Okay, I've set the indicator for that. When price opens and closes outside of the range, as it did right here, we enter on the bottom, stop at the high of that candle, 1-to-1. Get the heck out. Let it play out. The candles we don't take, so there's a few exceptions. If you got a candle, if this red candle closed around here, where there's a huge bottom wick, not this little bottom wick, but a big bottom wick, I don't get in. I skip that one. Yeah, dude. It averages, so my current data is like 58.8, which that extra one point is like nothing. It averages 58 to 60% win rate. Some months will be like 70, but it averages. The longer you collect data, it'll start to average out as it grabs some losing streaks. If you just take all the red candles, and this is the same for long, right? If it's reversed, the win rate drops significantly if you just take them no matter what. But if you skip the candles, like I'm going to show you the candles like this. If these were the candles you got that opened and closed outside, this one. If something like that opens and closes outside the range, don't take that. If something like this, same thing. That's buying pressure. Don't take it. I'm going to be honest, dude. Even something like this. We had that loser earlier in the week that was like a doji. So open and close outside. Yes, 100%. And so that's the strategy. And then you say minus the ugly candles. That's what I call them. Ugly candles. What is the indicator called? Oh, dude. Yeah. I just want to get rid of this. Oh, shit. ORB. There's a bunch of them out there that will jar you the lines. But I think this is the only one. I'm just seeing if I can show you any more. It's literally called ORB. I don't know if I can see who it's by. Is this it? ORB. Yeah, I think if this is it. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so ORB by ZZZ Crypto 123. And this one, so then you go like this, bro. You click this. Inputs. Change it to the 5 minutes. So in the session time to get it on the open was 1630 to 1635. I don't know what time of the world or which time frame that is in the world, but that's what you have to program it to. 1630 to 1635 will give you the opening range. Honestly, all it does is makes it so you don't have to draw them. You could draw these lines in 2 seconds. Sometimes it's fun to see what happened yesterday. Like sometimes it'll react off yesterday's opening range. But yeah, that's it, bro. And honestly, we'll see, like, sometimes it'll do this kind of chop and then it'll just hit. I'll show you the back testing again for fun. Faux fun. And like, I do my back testing I scrutinize it. Like, okay. Newcomers to the stream. We just took a 1% trade, man. We made 1%. Only 500 bucks on this account, but that's $2,000 on a 200K. Simple strategy. Okay, view. I just want to show you. And like, look what happened today, little investor. I didn't take the opening range breakout. I took the tweezers because the tweezers came first, and I liked the way it looked. But make sure my head's out of the way. Yeah, look at this. Oh yeah, I gotta clean this up because I won't. Whatever. Column O. This represents 24%. 58.8%. If you do the one where you take them no matter what, and you take the ugly wicky 5-minute candles, you drop down to 51%. You're only up 6% for the year, which is still insane. If you get a 51% win rate, because we're taking a trade every day, you could still be up 6% for the year. You'll beat most investors. Okay, that's not true. The S&P is like 15% right now. I get it, like on average over the last 10 years, each year. But yeah, if you stick with this one, the one I just showed you, this is column F we're looking at. Look at that. There's lots of losers, but there's lots of winners, and there's more winners than losers. You just let it play out. Let it play out. Don't freak out when you get to this section. I do freak out, but you just keep going. Down 4%, that's not fun. Down 2, up 1, and then down another one, you're down 5%. Okay, 7 a.m. EG is averaging currently 17%, but that's since November. I don't know how I did in November. November and December did 3%, so you're only up 14% for the year. Look at the difference though, you're only up 57% for the year. But check this. You might say, hold on a minute. How can a 57% win rate 1-to-1R only be up 17% when the 58.8, which is only 1.8% more, be up 24%? It just seems like the spread's too big. Well, also look, you don't always get signals on the 7 a.m. EG. I guess most times you do. You know what? I stand corrected. I guess that extra 1.8% makes that much of a difference. So if you can only trade one trade, from my back testing, the 5-minute opening range is legit. But I'm not gonna lie, dude. I think the tweezers trump. Okay? But how I've been trading lately is I don't have enough data on my tweezers. I just started tracking them recently, but so far, what's the win rate on tweezers? 57? That doesn't seem right. It doesn't take into account these, does it? No, it doesn't. I just want to make sure this is set for the right. Yeah, I guess it's right. It's all good. Column G. Doesn't it not? It just looks higher. 15%. Make sure this is column G. Oh, snap. Dude, look at that. You have to check your files. I'm hoping this improves slightly. And I don't have much testing on it, so it's not like the numbers are insane. Yep. Okay, hold on a minute. Something's not right. So you see how they got... Something's not right here. Oh, so I put 200. That's because there was 2 tweezers. But just for simplicity on here, I want to keep it simple. 75%. Hold on, before anyone gets too excited. Wait, so actually, could you go over the tweezer play? Yes, kind sir. Currently, tweezers at 75%, but let me tell you, almost everything I've tested starts at 75%. And as you keep going and get some choppy price action, it'll even out and get smaller. Okay, tweezer for me. Tweezer's just a word, but what that means for me, it's these wicks, bro. So in the ICT world, people will call it equal highs and equal lows. I've heard it considered tweezers. You can call them wicks that are hitting about the same level on the 5 minute, which if you break it down on the 1 minute is a double top, double bottom, triple top. Like, that's what this is. So this morning, okay, so what is this? Okay, candle 1, it requires here's the simple, 2 candles side by side with wicks in close to the same area. That's it. I'm not kidding. And then the extra layer to that is the entry candle, which is if it's a 2 candle play, the second candle needs to be the color in which you're betting. So we do not take if these were both green, I don't take it short. Okay, so in this was literally my trade this morning. I saw this play out, cool. I didn't think, nothing in my brain was going on when I saw this first trade, this first candle. This is the first candle that printed this morning. I'm like, cool. And then I saw this one print and I got, I don't know why. I think I like them a little closer. Like, I like that. I like this red one. I'd like to be a little higher, but it was good enough for me. And I went like this, and I went like this. You could do the high, but the higher your stop, the higher you're asking the index to move to hit your profit, but whatever you're comfortable with. I went 1 to 1. What's the farthest it's gone so far? Almost 2R, it's all good. So I did 1 to 1, that's it. I walked away. And look, it came up, it can freak you out a little bit, opened here, came up again, freaks you out a little bit, and then comes back down. And your opening range breakout, it hasn't lost yet. It looks like it might stop you out, but it hasn't lost yet. You know, the opening range break, you could probably get some interesting results if you did an opening range break like I did, and then a retest. Wait for my signal, and then wait for it to come up and test that level. But here's the caveat. You might only get 5 trades a month, because a lot of times it's just going to go without you. Or the retest doesn't come for an hour or 2 later, and I'm at my day job by now. So anytime I would figure, like, my trading just slowly evolved, narrowing the focus to, I need something relatively quick at the open. And again, I don't want to be crazy, but a 60% win rate getting 1 trade a day is better. You'll make more money taking 1 trade every day, 60% win rate, 1 to 1R, than let's say a 70% win rate, 1 to 1R, but you only get 5 trades a month. I didn't actually do the math, but let's do the math. I know I got sidetracked from the tweezers. I'll show you some examples in 2 seconds. I just think this point's actually really, really important. Very important. There's 20 trades in a month. So 20 trades times 70%. That means 14 are going to win, 6 are going to lose. Okay, so that'd be, you'd have 8% if you had that win rate. That's if you took a trade every day. So let me show you one more time. There's 20 trades times 60% win rate. It's going to be, it's going to equal 4. Okay, so that's 12 winners minus 8 losers is 4% a month. This is what I wanted to show you. If you only get 5 trades a month, let's even go 10. What's the math on 10? Instead of 20 trades a month, let's say every other day we don't get a signal. 10 trades a month times 70% win rate is 7 winners. Now we got to minus the 3 losers. Oh, it's the exact same. Okay, so it's how the math works out. 70% win rate, 10 trades a day, 10 trades a month, or 60% win rate, 1 trade a day, same results. But let's say 70% win rate only got you 5 trades a month. Like, you have to backtest this stuff. I don't know. But all I know is the more confluences you're looking for, the less signals you'll get. It's just the way it is. Because, it'll just go without you a lot of times. And you got to ask yourself, too, can I handle that as a trader watching it go without me? Okay. I have to show you some more examples of Ooh, look at that reaction off the Anchored VWAP on the 1 minute. That is sick. Okay, here we go. Let me show you some more tweezers. I'd love to hear the details. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. No more distraction. So that's the one I took this morning. Now, okay, this here, dude, this is tweezers right here. I'm not saying take this. Anyone not watching the stream, don't just follow my trades. This would be a, now, it still has 2.5 minutes to close. If this candle closed like that, you got a big wick and you got another big wick, which in 2 minutes, this could be a completely red candle. So you have to wait for the close. But that would be exactly what I'm looking for. Great. Now, the best looking ones are at a good level. We've heard this always, but I'm not a very patient trader, and so I didn't wait for levels. Now, was this going on up here? Yeah, so there was some level up top that I took it off of, but it's better to get them after some kind of move, right? Like, that's a beautiful looking tweezers. Well, I think the bigger wicks, the better. The bigger the wicks mean the further it went down and buying pressure just bought it up. And like, you got to think about these wicks. Like, it's fascinating to think. Let's go back to this example right here. Think about the psychology on this. This was a huge red bar at one point. There's a big red bar body, and then it just ripped back up. Like, there's psychology there of like 5 minute range, let's short, and then whether you can pick out the level or not, it's hitting something. It's hitting some, retail traders aren't moving this, right? It is hitting some kind of level. It could be a level way back that we're not even seeing. It could be whatever, right? So, wow. So the other one I'm pointing out here, you have to make the decision for yourself on this part. Here's 2 bottom wicks, but I'm pretty sure, and I'm telling you, I have to go back test this, but excuse me. I'm pretty sure my eyes have seen that when the second candle breaks the low of the last one, I find the follow through is not as good. In this case, looks like you got a winner. You got your 2 big wicks. You got the green candle. You have permission to go to buy. You hit your 1-to-1. However, I've been skipping these ones. So if this red candle wicked up higher, I would have skipped it. Now, some people could say, and I thought, oh, that's a liquidity sweep. That's a good thing. It's a false breakout. For some reason, I'm seeing with my eyes. But your eyes can lie to you. I have to go back test this and quantify. And you know what I need to do on FX Replay? FX Replay is a freaking awesome platform, by the way. Also, side note, remember we talked about waiting for the candle to close? Did you see this candle play out? This thing was like looking like the most bullish candle ever. And look how it closed. So this tweezer is not valid anymore for my tweezer play. You have a red candle, you can't go long. It's also tucked beautifully underneath the Anchored VWAP. Anyways, what else can I show you? Another tweezer. I mean, you can cherry pick them all day long, but this gets tricky too. I'm just going to show you this. I'm just going to throw a wrench in there. I'm going to backtest this. I got another idea called kind of like wick cluster, and I want to give you some examples. And I'm telling you, if you start focusing on wicks on the 5-minute candle chart, you're going to be blown freaking away. There's 3 beautiful wicks, but they're red. But I'm just showing you. Wick, and even the small wick. I'm not taking these ones, but I'm just showing you that even I'm like, I'm going to find a way to backtest these, and I'd call them maybe wick clusters, which, what is that? It's hitting support. On the 1 minute, this would be bouncing around, testing. And you just take the first one at the opening, right? I will be backtesting this. Pinch. It's all good. I know what you're saying. I'll be probably play. Just play this weekend. I do. So I take the first one that presents to me. Why? Because I've convinced myself. Okay, also look at this. So this is very important. Not only is this a tweezer right here, that's a 1-to-1. Then you got another one, 1-to-1. I bet you if I had to pick an A setup, this would be my A setup. Tweezer, tweezer. You get a double top of tweezers, which is a quad top. You got top, 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 top. Oh, it's all good, dude. Look at these. They're everywhere, bro. 1-to-1, 1-to-1, 1-to-1. Now, I'm sure there's some losers I'm missing. Like, that's a loser if you took this. Now, don't forget, this is not my time of day. This is the middle of the night. Like, this is not my time of day. So I will not backtest, just so you know. And I advise you to do this. Don't backtest tweezers outside your time frame you're trading. It's a waste of data. Who cares if you find out that when you're sleeping, there's a 70% win rate on tweezers, unless you're going to stay up all night. But for me, the only data I care about is what is the win rate between the first hour of the open. Now, if I found out that pre-market, like let's say if I had to wake up an hour earlier because the win rate was just phenomenal at that time, then I would wake up at that time. But I don't need to. What if I can show you some more? But look at these wicks. Now, again, I need the second candle to be green. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my eyes have been playing tricks with me and I'm wrong. But that's just the structure I've created. That the second candle, the signal candle, must be green if I'm going long, red if I'm going short. Also, you should take note. This is for your own notes. People call these roux tails, like a kangaroo tail, or a bottle rocket, or a John Wick candle. It's all the same thing. It's going up, 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 up. One more push, slam. Something slammed that candle down. I'm aware of these things, and I want to take the signals when I see them, but then I'm going to have 10 plays in my playbook. But maybe I just call it, it's just technical analysis. Like, anyways, but just honestly, dude, take note of wicks. Look at what happens when we get the wicks. It's incredible. We don't need a massive move. We just need a 1-to-1. Hi, mate. Just got out of school. School? Dude, where do you live? It's like, it is. The sun just rose where risen? The sun just rose where I live. Yeah, dude, I took a trade. 1-to-1, 1%. Just. I'll show you, bro. It's let me get you a fresh chart, but I was showing this guy tweezers. Oh, it's the same thing. Whatever. This is what we took. You know what? No, I don't want to take credit, because if anyone's watching, I do want to, like, I really want to point out the wicks. I'm from England. Whoa, that's just so crazy. I'm from Canada, bro. That is nuts. Right here, I took these tweezers. I know this chart looks messy right now. Actually, I do want to clean it up for you. It just looks so bad. Might even take away the opening range breakout. I'll just show you what I took. I let the first candle print. There's nothing on my radar. I don't have a bias. I'm just chilling. I mean, yes, I know this is here, but nothing was like, oh, look, I have a signal. No. I know this is here, but it's okay. And then, I thought that's interesting. It's just a nice tweezer play. Now, did I have fear and doubt? Yeah, I did when I took it. But I saw the tweezers, so I kind of got two main plays I'm focusing on right now, which really helped pass my accounts and get some payouts. Opening range breakout and tweezers. And I only take one trade a day right now, so the rule is whichever one comes first. You have to create some kind of structure, so maybe you can handle taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. I can't. I've proven to myself I don't do well taking multiple trades I don't do well having a winner and then taking a loss. I'm like, wow, I was up 1% and now I'm not. And then if I take another trade, I'm like, I was up 1%, now I'm down 1%. I just don't do well. I don't handle I'm probably not wired well actually for trading. So I've created systems and structures to protect myself and be able to still do this. So that was it, man. 1-to-1. And let it play out. And then this candle kind of freaked you out because remember, like if I did this slower, if I let that candle play out, it was going up. And you're like, oh, maybe I was wrong, right? And there's doubt. And then it comes down, but doesn't hit my target yet. And the next candle does the same thing. It pushes up first. And you're like, oh, man. All the fear and the doubt comes in, right? That's why I shouldn't be watching the trade. And then it played out, bro. And then I started pointing out, technically this tweezer play, like I was saying, I don't like when the second one breaks the low. Some people will be like, that's better, it's a liquidity sweep, but we're false breakout. I'm not sure. I thought I started seeing it's not as effective. Then you check this one out. We were talking about tweezers. This was a huge red candle and then it pushed up. And then we're talking about tweezers. And this candle made a base, pushed way up. It was looking super bullish. And if you jumped the gun to get in on a tweezer setup, you just got humbled because the last 30 seconds or so it slammed back down, which would make that not valid. Anyways, I'm going to make a bet right now. Nobody follow this advice. If this closes green, no, even if it didn't, that's a lot of wicks going on there. I'm not taking this at all, but look at this. Someone, institution, not us, is buying this up. Now, I know it's choppy, but that's my guess. I'm just guessing. I don't know if it'll happen at all. But these wicks, I just start to see these things, man. When you see a bunch of wicks, we might get a little follow through. What time is it? I got 10 minutes. Any questions, comments, concerns? I got 10 more minutes. There's another John Wick candle. Now again, it doesn't matter. This is right at the close. I don't trade during this time, but look at the wicks. Now you're probably thinking every support and resistance will have some wicks. Yeah, I think it does. You can't really count this one. I'm just pointing out wicks because these wicks are. But maybe, yeah. How do you backtest this? See, right? Do you backtest when they're perfectly aligned? Like these two are perfectly aligned. This one has a big top wick and a little tiny wick. Does that count? Dude, no worries, man. Thanks for coming on the stream. Every time you come on the stream, you're supporting the channel, which is what I'm trying to do, which is great. So it's a great relationship. We'll be watching. Nice, bro. Love it. Yeah, just follow the wicks. Follow the wicks. But there's some fake outs. Here's some wicks. There's definitely some losses. Nice wicks. Triple wick. Okay, so this one's interesting, right? So if you took this one, you stopped out. But I truly crave to have all of this. How do I get back to a pointer? I see this, but where is it? Oh, right here. I'm gonna move that. I want to know I can get back to this. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. I want to be able to backtest this. If I ever get funded, I'll sponsor my first. If I ever get funded, I'll sponsor my first payout. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Also, someone used my links, and I got my first. I'm just telling you guys this. I don't know why. I got my first. It's so tiny, man. It's like $7, but I got my first little affiliate commission from someone either signed up for Funded Next. We got one there, and the risk tool. So if it was one of you two, I really appreciate that. And they're both great. I believe in that prop firm. I believe in that tool. That risk tool is awesome. It's a lifetime license. But yeah, what I want to back test is if you took these tweezers and then you got stopped out and then it went. I would like to back test that. Like, I don't know what I call it though. There's so many variations. Dude, thank you, man. You did fund it next? The wrist tool. Nice. Yeah, I did really appreciate it. Especially if you're going to buy it anyways. Like, just if you use the link, it's awesome. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm being dead serious. I don't actually know how guys would trade properly on MT4 or 5 without the tool. Because like, everything I'm preaching is about just letting the math play out. If you have a 60% win rate and you risk 1% every time, but the stock's moving constantly, and if my stop's going to be at a certain level, how are you going to calculate the position size? It's changing constantly. Look at that's your position sizing. I mean, you could get it close, and the only other way around that would be to do a set lot size position with a set stop and calculate. But then you're not using the technical now. You're not using levels for your stop. So I wish I didn't have to pay for one of these, but I had to, and I've used it ever since. And there's another one out there, but it's a monthly subscription, and that sucks. I'm a European trader, and I've been trying to develop a New York strategy. I appreciate the developing information. I'm going to back this 5, 15, and 30. Yeah, dude, nice. Never really considered 5. Honestly, and I just evolved to get there. This guy has I know we all do. I have a very busy life outside of trading, and I needed to find a strategy around the open. And the 15-minute and 30-minute, you might not get a signal forever. Like, 15-minute, where's the 15-minute range? That's right here. Nothing's opened and closed outside of it yet. 30-minute range just got set. Like, those are longer plays. I think you might get a signal for an hour or two. But maybe you can use the 15 or 30-minute range and then use a lower time frame after. Maybe it's the 15-minute range or the 30-minute range, and then you go to the 1 minute, and so it breaks out, and then it has to pull back. You require the 1 minute to come back and just kiss it with like a wick. That could work. Well, when I say that could work, like, that's an idea that makes sense in my brain. So let's look at the 1 minute just for fun. And this is just one day, so it doesn't really matter. But you got that 5-minute opening range. Okay, it'd be something like this. 5-minute opening range, jump down to the 1 minute. You might say I require price to close outside. And then it comes back up, and it tries to close back in and fails, and then, I don't know, maybe that's your signal. Maybe the engulf is your signal. Anyways, dude, these are just, like, I'm a firm believer that I just have to go back test it. That's it. You gotta go back test it. I know there's people who would see my channel and the opening range breakout and be like, that's so dumb. That doesn't work. And then, as much as no one likes hearing negative feedback, I will then pull up the hard work I did to backtest it. Column E. I've done the testing. And it netted this. I don't know if you were on the stream when we were talking about this. 58.8% win rate. 1-to-1 R. It sounds pretty crappy if you ask me. But 24% does not sound crappy. And that includes 2 bad months in 2024. If I just take the beginning of this year, which is January, here we go. January until I haven't, sorry, I grabbed 2 columns here. Oh my gosh. I keep doing it wrong. I just want to figure out the results for January for this opening range breakout. It's up 25% for the year. 25%. That is $50,000 on a 200K account. Now, I only have a 6K. Well, I have a 50 now, but I have a live 6K. Anyways, I'm hitting my 7:30 mark where I gotta go help the family. So I appreciate you guys hanging out, comments, concerns. It's awesome. Peace out.